For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or cheap games on any platform, use the referral link in the description. It'll take you to g2a.com. Use the promo code CHES over there and you'll get yourself 3% cash back. For all No Identity merchandise, hats, hoodies and t-shirts, follow the link in the description down below to the No Identity fan fibre website. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 5 of the Manchester United career mode here on FIFA 18. We start with a game at home against Crystal Palace, playing my rotation team as you can see on screen, getting the single goal to nil victory that was enough to give us all 3 points. Of course, loan offers still able to come in despite the fact that we are now out of the transfer window, so we will be sending Matthew Willock out on loan to Wycombe Wanderers, but of course that deal won't go through until the January transfer window. So you can see here we are playing Liverpool in our first played game of the episode. They're playing a 4-3-3 with Emre Can holding, Adam Lallana and Jordan Henderson in the midfield as well. A rather strong Liverpool side, but not necessarily their strongest. But they do have a couple of new signings in there, including Sergi Roberto at right back. But it was actually us that went in front. And the move was built up down the position where Sergi Roberto was a little bit left wanting. So disappointing from his perspective. Mo Salah destroys me with his run there. Nothing comes of that. I just felt like I got murdered by Mo Salah then. I thought I'd leave that in to show you the sort of things that the CPU can actually do to you if you don't concentrate defensively. The footwork from him there to go one way, leave the ball where it was, and then knock it through the defender's legs as he ran around me was just... I need to learn how to do that for when I play Ultimate Team Online, because that will be incredible to be able to do that against someone else and be able to rub that in their face, especially if you do it to a friend. But we get a free kick here on the edge of the box, 25 yards out, Paul Pogba steps up, and I can't quite get my free kicks right on FIFA 18 just yet. They are more consistent than they were on FIFA 17. Sometimes on 17 you'd put exactly the same power and angle into a free kick from the exact same position as you did previously, and it would go in a completely opposite direction. You do tend to get a lot more consistency, like 80% of the time the ball will go in your, intended trajectory, shall we say. But occasionally you will still get the odd kind of loose free kick, which is realistic, as frustrating as it is for the user when you've told the game to do something and it does something else. That is what happens in real life, so it is a realistic side of things. The Liverpool fans going nuts, they're all lunging over their seats there, as Adam Lallana brings them back level just a couple of minutes into the second half. Referee was playing in the advantage. Good strength to just back into the defender there, and to be fair, that's a great finish from Adam Lallana off the underside of the bar into the bottom corner. Pogba's picked up a slight injury there, and thankfully he's only going to miss a few days with that, but Ousmane Dembele comes very close to bending that into the far corner to give us the lead back again just before the hour mark. There was a defender in the way. Mignolet had to wait until the ball was past him before he could commit to the dive, because if it takes a deflection, he's going to look like a fool if he dives too early. But a good save from him this time around, and we aren't yet able to get ourselves a goal to go back in front. Juan Mata through to Romelu Lukaku. Mata came off the bench here to try and have the impact. Lukaku's going to hit this one from the edge of the box, but again, Simon Mignolet is on form right now, which... for Liverpool fans, I'm sure you'd agree actually, he isn't necessarily always on form, but he's seemingly playing very well in this one. Despite my numerous chances, I can't seem to get the second. Anthony Martial here through to Romelu Lukaku, and the shot down low is again well saved by the Belgian. Frustrating. Right, Liverpool on the attack now. Firmino inside to Jordan Henderson, to Firmino again. This time it's my goalkeeper making the decent save down low, and I'm actually utilising the quick substitution feature there, bringing on Marcus Rashford for Anthony Martial on the left-hand side of midfield. He's not been on the pitch long right now as Dembele gets the ball into Mata, back to Vidal. It's a beautiful move that is guided into that bottom corner by Marcus Rashford to give us a 2-1 lead. 10 minutes to go. He's come off the bench. Martial hadn't really offered me that sort of opportunity. Again, it has to be said, it was on that right-hand side of their defence where Sergi Roberto was left wanting again. But the move, to be fair, pulled their defence this way and that. I can't really place too much blame on him. Romelu Lukaku tried to score us a worldie of a third before the end of the game. It didn't quite happen. That was, in fact, the last kick of the game. We shake Klopp's hand. The players congratulate themselves. We get 3 points at Anfield, which is very nice indeed for a Manchester United fan, I'm sure. So we'll actually come back to even better news that we've actually met one of the board's objectives already. We're in the middle of October, I believe. And in the middle of October, and we've already sold £175 million worth of shirts. The size and reach of some of the biggest clubs in the world is truly spectacular. Get ourselves a 2-2 draw here, actually, away from home in Belgium against Club Brugge in the Europa League. Again, apologies that Man United are in the Europa League. It was my mistake. I mentioned that in the last episode. Do check the previous episodes, by the way, if you haven't to this point. If this is the first video you're stumbling across, then do check episodes 1 through to 4 so you can keep up to date with everything that goes on. Of course, we have made a number of signings in this series so far. We're currently second in the league, level on points with West Ham United, those who come into this home game now against Tottenham. As you can see, Pochettino there. And West Ham, actually, are unbeaten so far in the opening 9 games of the season. Didn't see that coming, to be completely honest. Heung-min Son comes very close, though, to giving Tottenham a 1-0 lead here. We will go 3 points clear if we win this game. So we are level on points with West Ham, having played a game less. This is the last game on the Sunday, I believe, for this particular weekend. And a little bit of clever play there, actually. Well, it kind of sounds like I'm blowing my own trumpet. But if I'd have shot there with the man at the back post as the corner came in, turns out as he headed it back across, then it was Lukaku that was at the back post. But if I'd have shot initially with the first guy, then the keeper probably would have saved it. But by putting it back across, the keeper, it's actually Michel Vorm. I'm not sure why they weren't playing Hugo Lloris. But Michel Vorm sprints across one way, and then the header goes back across the box, and he can't readjust to get back across to save it. So I was actually quite impressed with myself there. I don't tend to make the smartest of decisions, but I had a little moment there, and I actually made a good one. This time, actually another good save by Michel Vorm, getting fingertips to that from Lukaku's first time shot that was, I think, destined for the bottom corner. It may have been drifting wide, but Vorm was taking no risks. Christian Eriksen, oh, it's not actually, it's Harry Kane that leaves me for dead there. Christian Eriksen has the shot, and it comes off the bar. Twice they've hit the woodwork. They would be in front here, Tottenham, had they been able to finish, but to this point they hadn't. Mkhitaryan on the ball here. You've heard me mention how good his dribbling is so far in this save. It's actually his heading that initially had been letting me down earlier on in the season. This one at least on target with the man on his shoulder as well, giving him something to think about, but still not able to get the ball in the back of the net. His dribbling, though, enough to get the ball back to Lukaku here, but again, the keeper does well to make a good save. And Dembele does put the ball in the back of the net, but, I mean, the keeper had already given up because Dembele was offside after the initial effort from Lukaku, so I think he probably would have saved it again had he been the right side of the defensive line. And Kudu somehow comes away with the ball here, but thankfully he's got no composure. Ooh, catch me wire. He's got no composure in front of goal whatsoever, and he smashes it high and wide. Decent cross from him here, though, and he does find Moussa Sissoko. And for a third time, as the ball is cleared away off the line, for a third time, Tottenham hit the bar. They could be 3-1 up here. I did not deserve my 1-0 lead whatsoever. Victor Wanyama gets lucky with the way it rebounds back to him, and then thankfully a good piece of defensive work second time around to get the block in on the shot. But from a corner that came as a result of that corner that we've just skipped out, they are going to have another chance. Eriksen at the near post flicks on. In fact, it may even have been Harry Kane. I can't quite tell. But Matteo Darmian was happy enough with his goalkeeper, giving him a big thumbs up there. 5 minutes to go now. Mkhitaryan involved. Across here to Paul Pogba. You can see the defender tuck in. It's rather unnecessary from him there. And seemingly that was Liverpool's undoing. And it has been Tottenham's undoing as well. Wing-backs not paying attention defensively and positionally, leaving a player from cutting in out wide with too much space, and we were able to get the second goal there to put the game to bed. We weren't able to find a third there. Another good save from Michel Vorm, but the final whistle rang out around Old Trafford, and we were able to come away with all 3 points and a clean sheet. So Lukaku and Dembele with the goals. Still getting loan offers for my youngsters, though, even in the middle of October. But again, that deal won't go through until the January transfer window. But I do like that as an addition, because whilst we're not in that position currently, actually, let me come back to that. We have a game away from home here against Huddersfield Town, a side that have been actually surprising a lot of people in the Premier League so far this year. We get a 2-0 victory against them with a couple of... Actually, didn't quite see who scored the goals. My brain was like, see who scored the goals, and my eyes went, no. My brain just disappeared somewhere else. We're currently top of our Europa League group. Barcelona top of their Champions League group. Liverpool sat there in second. What a group. Barcelona, Liverpool and Dortmund. That's a hell of a group. We won our pre-season tournament, of course. Still in the Carabao Cup. We have Tottenham, interestingly enough, in that competition. And we are now top of the Premier League with 25 points after 10 games. Everton, for some reason, down there in 20th, having played 10 and only picked up 6 points so far. Palace and Newcastle with a game in hand, both of which could get out of the relegation zone with a game or with a win in that game, but I think they're playing each other, so it's kind of a big 6-pointer even at this early stage of the season. But the point I was making, yes, with transfers that could be made mid-season, whilst we don't find ourselves in that position currently, if you're finding yourselves in a position when you're doing your own career modes and you know that there's a place or a position that you want to strengthen in, in the January window, so you're not scoring enough goals, or you're not creating enough in the midfield, or you're leaking too many goals either defensively with centre backs or wing backs, or your goalkeeper's not good enough, rather than having to wait until January and then run the risk of someone else signing the player that you want to sign, which has happened numerous times for people in career mode, especially even myself in series. The amount of times that we've seen we've thrown bids in for someone and then, oh look, another team is suddenly interested in that player. That hopefully won't be an issue this year, because say, like we are now, mid-October, you think, I need this player and I kind of know who I want, but rather than having to wait now, you can go straight in, bid for the player now, rather than wait till January and have someone else come in and fight you for their signature. You can go and get the deal done now, so that the player arrives on the 1st of January, and you don't have to start negotiations on the 1st of January and then maybe wait 2 weeks for the deal to actually go through. You can get him right there and then on New Year's Day, and you can even be involved on the fixture on New Year's Day, and who knows, if you sign a striker, he might even win you the game on New Year's Day as well. So I do like that addition into career mode this year, and I think it's going to be very effective if used in the right way. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Do drop the video a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. Check the channel page for anything you may have missed, whether that be this series or the career mode budgets videos that have been going up recently. What day will you see this? You'll see this Friday. I moved house yesterday, as in Thursday, and I'm going to be back. I'm actually planning on stopping at my parents' house Thursday night. And then I'm going to be back at my new house on Friday to record some more content. I don't think there'll be a stream tonight, but I do plan on streaming over the weekend some Ultimate Team content. So make sure that you follow my Twitch channel. There's a link in the description down below, so you don't miss out on that. Follow me on Twitter too, because I'll keep you bang up to date with everything that goes on with me, especially with the fact I'm moving house and the frequency of the content that's coming to you. But for now, that's all for me for this video. I'll see you later on tonight for a budgets video, and then tomorrow for more Manchester United career mode. Goodbye.